you open it?
I just opened it to see. We just had Amazon call us.
Yeah.
Make sure they were at the right house.
Right before we turned the phone on, Amazon started calling Jen.
Sorry.
And oh, you hush, CC.
Yeah.
If you wanted to see us, you could just come. You could just walk down here.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Drive your golf cart. I'm gonna turn this down all the way first. Okay. Oh, not all the way. And I'll turn down.
Hi, Sherry, if you're still in here. Hi, George.
Katie, hi.
I'm gonna skip CC. Hi, Katie.
Yeah.
Hi, CC.
So, the Hill Logic is our neighbor Cece, guys. He's our current neighbor here in Oklahoma.
Yeah, where we're at in Oklahoma.
Yep. Hi, Courtney. How's it going?
Courtney. I think she's one of the packages we shipped off, ain't she?
I don't remember.
I think so.
Courtney, if you won something on our live stream 2 weeks ago, we had shipped out some stuff, but I just made it to the post office today, and we had to print all the labels. I had to go to the library and have the labels printed off because our printer broke. And but we have gotten a new one, but now we got to order ink and figure out how to use it because it's a used printer.
Hey, Liam. So, Dawn, if you guys are expecting the weather that we're expecting here in the next day or two, you better get as much as you can done today.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she said it's so cold, the wind's whipping like crazy.
So it may have already hit them up there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're in Missouri, so they're further north. It probably did hit them already. But tonight, I mean, the cold front came in last night, late last night after midnight, I think, but it didn't, it's not supposed to be bad until, like, tonight, Sunday night, into Monday. I think our high on Monday is only 7 degrees with the wind chill feeling like negative 23 at times, so. Oh, hey, Emmy, look!
That is huge.
I thought that was...
Oh, hey!
Hey! We'll have to show Jody when you get in here, or when she comes.
Yep.
Awesome.
Hi, Linda.
Go ahead and just set it down right there, Michael.
I thought it was...
I thought it wasn't supposed to arrive till Saturday, and it was supposed to go to the post office, not here, so.
80-mile-an-hour wind gusts in Alabama. Holy moly.
Dang. Yeah, no, I don't think it's bad.
Yeah, I hope it don't get that bad here.
We, of course, like, our property kind of sits on top of a hill, but our house, where we built our house, it's kind of like down the side of the hill a little bit in the trees. And so it always feels warmer around our house than it does like at the end of the driveway.
Yeah, we're kind of down under all the wind down here, so we don't get it near as bad as most people do. But hey, Peter.
But you go up to our neighbor Cece's house, or you go up to the end of the driveway where it's just on top of the hill and it's pretty cleared out, and it's always way worse.
It's bad, yeah.
Oh,
15 here with a wind chill of 2. Wow.
Oh, Carol, that's awful. Hey, Kim, how's it going? Did you get your coffee cup yet? I think you won a
she
coffee
did.
cup.
She sent it once. Remember, she sent one she sent us an email with the picture.
Oh, right. Well, we sent out your husband's prize today. So sorry it took us so long, guys.
Happy Friday, Charlene. How are you doing?
But if anybody needs tracking numbers, I didn't take the time to enter in everybody's email, so you probably won't get an email with tracking information. But if you're curious, just send us an email, and I'll forward you the tracking info.
Yeah, she waited till like the last minute to leave. I thought I was going to get to do my live all by myself today, and then she come in about 5 minutes before time and ruined all my plans.
But I brought him his shirt.
Yeah, check this out, guys.
Yes.
And of course it's
green. And I'm wearing mine too.
I love it. And see, mine's more special than Jen's though.
Yeah.
If I can get turned around back here.
Work hard, stay humble, and love God, guys. So, we also have another t-shirt where it has the saying on the front and the logo on the back. But for the sake of like YouTube live streams and stuff, it's better to have the logo on the front. We
ordered this one because we wanted this on the front, where whenever I'm on camera and stuff, it's on the front. Mm-hmm. But we like she said, we have one that says the sayings on the front and the logo is on the back.
Hi, Sheila. Hey, Rachel, how's it going? Roberta. Glenda, hi. McKevin, hi. Northern New Hampshire got 18 inches of snow last Sunday, then 2 inches of rain on Tuesday. Washed it all away. 3 more inches coming tonight.
In coldest Siberia.
Ooh,
Wow.
Goodness. Wow, lovely t-shirt, it said.
Thanks, Liam.
Are Brian and Alex's the ones with the logo on the back?
You know, I'm not sure.
Let me go look real quick.
Yeah. Grab one. Oh, I didn't even see you come in, Roberta. Hello.
Oh, no, they're both logo on the front.
And Rachel. Hello, Rachel. Willis, how's it going? I need a warm place in Florida for a couple months. Yeah, I'm about ready for that myself. Mike, howdy. We finally got around to getting everything shipped off today, so you will be receiving your stuff you won in a few weeks or in a few days. I hope not a few weeks.
Both of the shirts are with the logo on the front.
Cape Cod looking at 2 inches of rain. Funny to get a night. Wow. Love the shirt and the truck. Thanks, Sheila.
Ooh, Rachel said that even in Arizona, her water totes froze solid.
Wow.
Yikes.
And you're
Yikes.
way south Arizona, right?
So when we moved to Arkansas, one of the things that we want to do is we're going to have a well drilled, but we want to have cisterns. So we want to use the well to supplement our rain catchment and fill up cisterns. And so because it freezes there, we're going to need to bury our cisterns.
Yeah. At least pile dirt up around them.
At least mound them so that they won't freeze as quickly. I'm 10 minutes north of the Mexico border.
Their totes have never froze at all before.
And now they're froze solid. Oh,
Man,
no.
that's crazy.
Yeah, I guess I could have, Cece. I'm sorry, I didn't think about that. But it would have taken me longer to get my phone hooked up to your printer to be able to print stuff than it would I mean, the library's right next to the post office in Tecumseh anyway, so.
And they just give you an email address. You just email stuff to it, and it's printed when you get there. So,
yeah, except I did it wrong, so it didn't work out that way.
Oh,
today.
yeah.
Yeah. And it cost me 75 cents, so it's not like,
yeah,
not that bad.
Wow.
Dang.
24 hours of defroster totes. Man, that's crazy.
Dang it.
Yeah, I sure hope that just mounding dirt up around our totes is going to be enough to keep them from freezing like that. I think at least, the top might freeze, but I think it'll keep the bottom. I think it's still going to be usable.
Hopefully, because being without water stinks, especially when you have animals. Yeah. So we have I've got a contingency plan in case our water freezes here. So we'll be leaving our faucets dripping and stuff like that. Did you get the hoses and stuff unhooked?
Yes.
Oh, good, awesome, and drained out.
Not the big hose going that way because Mikey had firewood all piled on it.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, we'll have to. We didn't get them drained.
But anyway, we'll just we've got a pond right out here, and we actually have 3 ponds.
Yeah.
Two of them we made, and one was here when we bought the place. But we'll just
Hi,
have
Pam.
to break the ice and use a 5-gallon bucket to give the animals, if that's the case. But also,
Worst case scenario.
Michael and I processed our rabbits yesterday.
It was a disaster.
And he said, and it was a disaster. We didn't
Well,
record it.
I got the coffee. I just don't have no donuts.
There's a lot of videos out there on the internet on how to process rabbits, so we didn't record it, and I'm glad we didn't because we had no idea what we were doing.
I was gone.
We've processed things before, but we've never done it on a large scale, so it's not something that we've practiced.
Well, and mainly it's me actually doing the processing and y'all's just helping.
Right,
so
'cause
it's a little different whenever you're hands-on and you learn it a lot easier,
The biggest thing is we couldn't figure out how to, I don't know, we did it without ruining the meat, let's just say that, but it's, yeah.
And those rabbits are probably, what?
5 years old.
Yeah, they're older rabbits,
Yeah.
so it she was saying that it was really hard to skin them and all that stuff. So maybe it was because of their age, or maybe it was because they didn't know what they was doing. I don't know.
Yeah. Oh no, so your heater quit working too, Rachel? That had to have been awful because y'all live in an RV, right?
I can't believe it's getting that cold down there on the border like that. That's crazy.
Yeah, this cold snap is supposed to go down to, I don't know, past Dallas and Fort Worth.
Huh. Which is...
Those folks in Texas ain't gonna know what to do.
If I'm thinking right, about Dallas-Fort Worth area, it's probably about where Rachel is out there in Arizona. That's pretty much... I don't think they're a whole lot further south than that over there.
1998 fifth wheel camper.
Wow.
So, man, that must have been really awful when your heater quit working, because those things are not very well insulated.
Yeah, no. Thanks, Pam.
Thanks. We just got them. I had mine for our live stream on Wednesday. Wiley literally just come in a couple hours ago.
Jen handed it to me like 2 minutes before the live stream started.
Y'all are lucky because you didn't have to see him with his shirt off.
Hey, Steve.
Hey, Steve, how's
it
it going?
We probably don't even want to know, but what's your weather like over there, Steve?
Yeah, it's probably warmer in Canada.
You're going to make us jealous over there. No, he's not.
Oh, no,
Canada. He's in the UK.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I like that color purple. I did too. It's a very, I don't know. I like pink too, but the pink that they have on Bonfire is just like super bright. It's either a really, really bright pink or it's a really, really light colored pink. And I just don't do well with light colors. So
Steve said it's cold and wet.
Yeah.
So what's cold over there, Steve?
In Australia, it's summertime right now, I think.
That's where we need to be.
Mm-hmm. A low oil sensor.
Yep. That's a big problem on those things.
Oh, by the way, Roberta, Lily's up here in her room, and she said to make sure to tell you that she said hello. Go finish reading.
I didn't read. I just want to see another one.
You can see from up there. Small amount of
snow yesterday. Okay, so you're about the same temperature we are probably right now.
Negative 17 real fill, 20 mile an hour winds. Oh man, yeah. We're supposed to have negative 23 degree wind chill on Monday, and I'm not looking forward to that at all.
Right.
Fortunately, I don't think that we have anything that we have to do on Monday. So, hang on a second. Are you?
I'll be back.
I don't know where he's going. Lily, come here.
Oh.
Come here. I want to tell you something. I love you.
Her face looks weird whenever you smack stuff like that.
Frosty early mornings, yes. Here too. I told Wiley if there's gonna be ice on the road tomorrow, then he's got to be the one to take Emily to work. Because she only works Saturdays and Sundays. So we have coffee, we don't have donuts, but we do have Rice
Just
Krispie
lucky
treats.
mom's computer was in between us.
You wouldn't dare do that with
South
your
Carolina,
coffee.
it's 40 degrees and raining for the last 2 days, and on and off for the last week. Third flash flood rain in a week. Dang it. That sounds awful.
I didn't even know we was expecting it, but we got some rain last night, and it was actually, had some pretty good thunder and stuff going on last night.
Yeah, enough to scare our little dog.
Yeah.
She hates the cold weather. Or the wet storms and stuff.
Any thunder, you can hardly even hear it, and Doodle will be freaking out like it's coming to kill her.
When you take the plastic off that, can you do it over there somewhere? Because the crinkling is probably really loud on the camera.
I would imagine. Oh, hey, I forgot to hook up our microphone. Yeah.
Looks like you lost it.
I guess it's working fine. Yeah, it wasn't on it whenever I picked it up.
Rachel said she hasn't made Rice Krispie treats in a long time. Emily just got a hankering for them the other day. This is the second time in the last week that she's made them. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Tony and Angie.
Yeah.
Good. Are you guys freezing up there yet, Tony?
They're only like 30 minutes north of us. Or 30 minutes northwest of us-ish.
So, Jen had me a whole list of stuff to do while she was gone to town a while ago. And, of course, you know, right as we get started on all that stuff, we remember that we've got a live stream to do. So, I had to come back in the house and get everything set up while she was gone. And I'm
usually the one who sets it up, not him. So
we was out cutting firewood and getting firewood all stocked in the house in here and everything. Make sure we don't freeze to death next couple days.
I have a knife. Tony, it was very cold this morning.
It was colder in my room after I turned off the heater.
Oh yeah, after you turn off the heater, goofball.
After
Rachel,
I turned off
think
the heater, I mean.
We expect to be moving about April. So
we're hoping late March, early April. You know, we're actually hoping that we can get a few things over there beforehand, but as far as us, we're hoping to be over there permanently by probably at least mid-April. Give us a little bit of time there to get things set up. But
hey, Rebecca, how's it going? We the biggest thing is we don't want to move until the nights are above freezing, because we won't really be set up to stay warm.
Yeah.
So if the nights are above freezing, we can bundle up and be all right. Or we're all just gonna have to pile in with Emily.
That's what I was fixing to say. We'll just make pallets in Emily and Hunter's floors.
Yeah.
Because they're the only ones. They're the
thing,
only ones set up good for heat.
We're gonna have to put Michael in with Hunter because they both stink.
They're
both stinky
really
boys.
bad.
And then the rest of us will live on Emily's side of the bus.
Yeah.
What about Wiley? He stinks too.
No, I
he
don't
doesn't.
stink.
Huh.
Hoping
No,
March or
you do.
April for us too. Just not sure where we are going to. Oh, hey. Shoot. Y'all could come stay at our place in Oklahoma.
Yeah, right.
You'd only be 3.5 hours away.
Only.
Hey, Sean, how are you? Yeah, so. But you'd have all the modern amenities here. Since we're going to be back and forth, we're going to leave our, electric and stuff on, but I think it'll be a really low cost. I think it'll probably be about $40 a month just to leave our electric on. We've got some fans in the house that we're going to leave on just to keep the house ventilated so it doesn't go, start rotting on us. I'm really hoping we can talk Wiley's mom into moving in. But we really haven't found anybody that we'd want to rent to yet. Our son Dayton, he's like, just let me rent it. And I'm like, dude, you're going to have to learn how to keep a job first because you're going to have to pay rent.
I've kept a job longer than him, and he's like twice my age. It's very disappointing.
Yeah, the RV park at JB's.
You ain't but a couple hours away, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
JB's is what, 2 hours away from us-ish?
Yeah. Yeah, she's pretty much right in the middle between us and the land over there.
Yeah. Except we're here and the land is over here and JB's up here.
Yeah.
So, before we had talked about, there's 61 people in here. Holy cow.
Dang.
Don't forget to hit that like button, guys.
I didn't know people liked you that much.
They just come to listen to you talk crap to Wiley.
Oh.
I'm surprised Paul isn't here.
So they don't
Talking
like
crap back
you.
to you.
Yeah.
They don't like you. They like me.
Yeah. So we had talked about moving the buses over there beforehand, but we've thought about it more, and now there's stuff that we want to do to them before we move into them. And Wiley and I were talking the other day, and we come up with an idea. We're like, why don't we just bring the buses to our house? They're only about 20 minutes away from here right now, so it's not like we have to go out of state to get them to bring here or something. So we're gonna bring them here and do the work that we need to do on them, and then when they're ready to live in, we're just gonna move into them, and then when it's time to move to Arkansas, we already have all of our stuff.
Right.
So
just hook onto the bus and take it over there, and
then
we're ready.
there's no packing and unpacking. It's just grab the clothes from this room, take them to that room, and put them where they go, and then we're moved in already. So that's our new plan. We may change our minds again.
I mean, that sounds great, but we're running out of time, and it's going to be cold between now and then, so we'll see how that happens.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But it would be really, really awesome if we can move into them, and then that's, I don't know, I feel like it's less work that way.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
And then when we get there,
Hey,
we're already
James.
comfortable because we have all of our stuff. Hunter, stay out of her room.
She's got pencil sharpener up there.
Oh. Lily, give him the pencil sharpener.
Mike and Lisa did a walkthrough of the video today at the Blue Mountain Lake. Yeah, he took that, I think, Wednesday?
A couple days ago, yeah.
I think
I'll
it
have
was
to go
Wednesday.
watch it. I haven't had a chance. I didn't even
I
know
didn't
that
see
he
it come
posted
out. Yep, I didn't see it come out, so.
Mm-hmm.
I have more bobbins now. And I don't know.
I don't know what
You're
Roberta
going to
said.
Fix your uncle's pickup, Wiley. Actually, I think I'm down to putting the hood on it, and it's done.
And then you have to take it for a test drive.
So she has, not been going with me while I'm doing that, so I haven't got any of the rest of it on video. But I am going to take the camera with me when we take it on a test drive and kind of go over everything. So I actually went over there yesterday, and
Don't forget Earswood Wiley. Tony. Yeah, no, we haven't.
oh yeah, we haven't forgot.
He remembers every time he drives past it at the end of the driveway.
Yeah. So anyway, I went over there yesterday and done some more work to it, and we decided to go back in the salvage yard and find a hood for it. Well, we get back there, and he's got about 14 of those trucks back there, and every one of them, the hoods was no good. So if you know anything about them old square body Chevrolet pickups, round headlight, square bodies, pre-80 model, the hoods fold in half on them if you don't take care of the springs and the hood hinges, and every one of them was done that way. So we wound up having to call Jegs and order a brand new hood, and he went ahead and went with a 2-inch cowl induction hood scoop. Was $700, and it'll be here in about a week and a half, 2 weeks. So.
Dang. Hey, Mike Birch, how are you? Lynn just
Hello.
said hi to him. I don't remember if we said hi to him or if he just come in.
I did, because I told him that we shipped
right.
the stuff off today.
Hey, Tim, how's it going?
Tim.
Yeah, Tim Mason.
Oh, hey.
Yeah.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim. So yeah, anyway, Uncle John's truck is pretty much done. I mean, there's going to be a million little things that needs done, but as far as running, driving, it's pretty much ready. I've got to put the hood on it and let him take it out for a test drive, and I think pretty much past that point, I'm going to be hands off. He'll be taking care of all that stuff later.
Hey, Joseph. So, this deal with his uncle's truck started out with, hey, just take this motor and transmission out of the school bus and put it in this old Chevy truck.
And get it running.
Okay.
Just put the motor and transmission in there and get it running. That's
Then we didn't realize how much was going to go into that. I mean, well, how much extra we were going to have to do, because we get that all tore apart. We had to cut the whole front of the bus off. I mean, probably could have done it differently, but it was a scrap bus anyway. So we cut the whole front of it off, got the motor and tranny out of it, dropped it in that truck. And then when we pulled the front end of the truck off, we realized that it needed a whole new front end, basically. So we did all the new
upper and lower A-arms, shocks, because this was a single wheel 1-ton, so it didn't have the dual wheels in the rear. But we took the rear end out of the school bus, which made it a dually.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had to convert the front end over to the dual style wheels. And so while we was doing all the front end rebuild, we converted it over to the dually style hubs on the front. So
Wiley had to custom build a drive shaft, which may or may not be balanced.
Yeah. It's
So,
definitely not balanced. Now, whether it's going to work or not, I don't know. But
he his uncle didn't want to spend $1,100 on a new so Wiley had to custom make one.
that must be what it is, Rachel, because I was wondering what you was talking about, but I bet my phone is on vibrate, and you're hearing that.
Yeah, because I didn't hear anything.
I thought I put it on Do Not Disturb, though. It shouldn't be vibrating, but I don't know.
Maybe 74 people. Holy moly, that's a lot. Make sure you guys hit that like button, please. We'd really appreciate it.
So I think yesterday I adjusted all 4 doors because it's a 4-door dually. So yesterday I adjusted all 4 doors, got them where they was closing correctly. The other things that's going to have to be done is he's got to buy all new door seals, window seals. I mean, there's a ton of more stuff going to be done on it, but I think I'm pretty much done with it.
So Glenda, she wants to know why we're moving to Arkansas instead of staying in Oklahoma.
So
Just 'cause.
when I met
I don't
Jen, she had already bought this place and started this place, and it was just already going. And it's something that me and her want to do, is we want to start over from the ground up together, for one thing. And I mean, there's a few other reasons that go along with that. I've lived in Shawnee pretty much my whole life, and I've just got too much history here, and I'm ready to get out. I've been wanting to get out for a long time.
He doesn't exactly like going to the grocery store and running into people that he doesn't want to see. So
Yeah.
Yeah. So Wiley just knows too many people. And another thing is the Arkansas landscape is beautiful. So where we're
Right.
moving to, I mean, it's not really like the mountains.
Hey, James.
Compared to like where I grew up. And I grew up in the Sierra Nevadas, which are is a pretty good mountain range.
Yeah.
It's not like the Rockies or the Appalachia, however you say that, or whatever. But it's a really beautiful landscape. Plus, we're moving there for the community. We've met a lot of people on YouTube, and a lot of them live in Central Arkansas. And so we want our kids... Hunter. Here, let me show it. No, let me see it.
I was supposed to.
Oh, Hunter made you guys a sign. Yeah, he did it in pencil, so it's really hard to see. This is like...
I did it in pencil and rubbed it. To make it look
and then
older.
yeah. And then here's another one. And sub. So, thanks, Hunter. So,
Hey, Ford dude.
hey, Ford dude. It's never the same without you. Hey, thanks, Lynn. But anyway, so we want to move to Arkansas because of the community. Here, we don't have a lot of friends that have kids our kids' ages. And so our kids are homeschooled, and they're limited as to the friends that they have. And when we moved to Arkansas, everybody's got kids, and they're all different ages, and our kids fit right in. When we go to Arkansas and spend time with the family, like, our kids act like they've known each other their whole lives, and it's really, really awesome.
Right.
So we want a community. We want to be a part of a community where everybody helps everybody out.
Good job, Larry. Hello.
We all build each other up. Our kids can grow up together, and that's one of my biggest reasons. Plus, we found a really awesome piece of property that we think is going to serve our purpose perfectly.
Yeah.
So it's all just kind
Yeah,
of...
and the style that we're wanting to do, the way that we're wanting to build, is we couldn't do here on our current land.
Yeah, no.
So...
Not legally, anyway. We could still do it, but it would be against the law.
No, it wouldn't. What are you
Oh.
talking about?
You're full of yourself, Emily.
Anyway.
We just
technically.
couldn't do it here.
Well, I mean, yes and no. Not really. It wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, no.
But the point is that we want to start something from the ground up together. Plus, we think it'll be really great content for you guys to watch us struggle.
Yeah.
So, because it's going to be a struggle for sure.
What do you mean? We could build it down in the ravine and have a flooded front yard every time it rains.
Yeah, dude, I'm glad we're not there. I was looking at the radar.
I haven't even looked at any of it. I was curious.
Anthony and Roxanne posted a vibe this morning, and snowflakes were huge.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, the struggle is definitely real.
Well, we're fixing to be knee deep in it.
So we
The struggle.
We are our latest. Sorry.
Yeah, I don't know if you can do it without messing it up, but see if I could have swore I turned my do not disturb.
I
on.
hope I don't mess this up, guys. Forgive me if I break it. No, it's not on Do Not Disturb.
Okay.
It's probably everybody else's YouTube post.
No, I know what I done. You was gone, and I turned my do not disturb on, and then a couple seconds later, I was like, "Well, what if she needs me?" And so I turned it back off.
Oh yeah, that would stink.
Yeah.
For me to have like a flat tire or something
Yeah.
and not a tire to change on the side of the road.
Yeah.
You'd be sitting here on your live stream all by yourself, wondering why I hadn't come. You're
gonna jump on the struggle bus. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
That's
So our most recent project that you guys won't see for, I don't know, another week or so is, we haven't finished it, but we are hooking Emily and Hunter's bus up with a full 12-volt system.
Yep.
So I think we talked about this a little bit on our Wednesday live
and
stream.
you might be pushing it in a week or so because I'm not getting up on top of that bus with this cold weather coming in.
You better get your butt up there and finish my bus.
And I'm not gonna be out there recording either. So if he did do it, y'all would miss out because sorry, YouTube doesn't pay me enough to stand out there in that cold. So, but we're trying to get them used to a 12-volt system so that when we move to Arkansas, it won't be that much of an adjustment. The biggest adjustment is going to be going this summer without air conditioning.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're not going to have any. Well, I say that. One of the school buses that we have has a air conditioner in it that's run off the solar and stuff that's in it. So there will be that, but we won't have air conditioners in our bedrooms. So.
Oh, Jesus is Lord, you are absolutely right. I love Sarah.
Right,
she
yeah.
is awesome.
Mm-hmm. And I was talking to Wiley, and I was like, dang, there's so many YouTubers moving to Arkansas. Like, if nothing else, we can all agree on we like our freedoms to homeschool and homestead and, that kind of thing. And so, personal freedoms, and we could really enact change for the better in Arkansas with how many YouTubers are moving there.
But you say that, I mean, they're already 49th on the least liberal state. So, yeah.
Utah was the 50th on the least liberal states. Was that right? You said Utah?
Yeah, Utah, I think.
Yeah. So that makes me like Arkansas even more. So, sorry if there's any liberal people in here. You're not going to like our show because we're the exact opposite.
I thought we weren't ever going to go into politics.
Yeah, we try not to. We try not to touch on politics too much.
Move to Georgia and AC will become your best friend. Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, no. I actually think that there's a, I don't know where it's at, but I want to say on the Earthship, I've been following Earthship builds and stuff on YouTube, and I think that someone's building one in Georgia. I like it hot. Yeah. I mean, ask me in the middle of the winter, and I will say I like it hot. Ask me in the dead of summer, and I'm going to tell you no. Just because I think I'm like most people. In the wintertime, I'm going to complain about the cold. In the summertime, I'm going to complain about the heat, and that's just the way life is.
But, we of course, it's only been, 4 or 5 days at a time or whatever. But we've been over in Arkansas in the middle of summer. We've stayed in tents,
At the end of August, it was so hot.
It was so hot. But with a little bit of a fan on you, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
And so, you wait till after dark to go to bed with a little fan on you, and you'll be all right,
Rachel said she lived in Florida and hated it, and then lived in Phoenix. Is still still preferred fans. So the difference is Florida's humid. Phoenix probably isn't. So it's a whole different kind of heat.
Lynn, the governor of Arkansas, is Sarah Huckabee, and she is awesome.
I think her last name might actually be Sanders.
Well, used to be. I think her maiden name was Huckabee, wasn't it?
I think so. One or the other.
It's one or the other, yeah. I don't remember.
Hey, Raquel. How's it going? Are you snowed in up there yet? I can agree agree to an extent, Rachel. Because, I mean, you can only get so naked and you're still hot.
That's what I've been saying.
When you're cold, you can put on more layers and you can get up and move around and stay kind of warm. And the only reason I have that perspective is because I delivered mail for close to a decade, and it seemed like there was days where it was so cold outside and I did not want to get out there. But I'd put on about 5 layers of clothes, and I would get out there and I'd start walking my route, and I would be comfortable. I would have to keep my face covered because, you know, the ice and stuff. I mean, I don't know. My nose would freeze off.
See, I'm just the opposite. I would rather work in the summertime because you can go to a shade tree and cool off, or, you know, whatever, but get a little wind blowing on you and cool off. In the wintertime, I can't wear heavy clothes. And so, you know, if I'm outside doing something and I put heavy clothes on, I start sweating. And then I'm absolutely miserable because you start trying to take that stuff off. And then, I mean, literally, I've been out on a wrecker before on a big, like a big semi-truck wreck out on I-40 and had coveralls on and get too hot and have to take my coveralls off. And I've literally had ice building up on my arms and stuff because of sweat.
Yeah, he's crazy. I'll go outside looking like that kid from A Christmas Story, so bundled up that if I fell over, I wouldn't be able to get back up, you know? And Wiley's out there in just, like, flip-flops and pair of jeans and a T-shirt.
I prefer to do anything in, like, fall or spring.
Yeah.
You know, I'll be honest with you. I guess Jesus' Lord said that's Mike Huckabee's daughter. I didn't know that. I wondered if there was some kind of relation there, but I did not know for sure.
I was pretty sure that's what it was, yeah. So, poor Raquel, she said she had to take a personal day because she snowed in and she's trying to get the tractor started in negative 29 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
Dang.
That's when you just go back to sleep.
Yeah. But she's got horses and dogs and stuff she's got to take care of. So, I think, Raquel, are you still a school teacher? I think that's what she was. Yeah, exactly, James. You can only take off so much before you go to jail. Yeah.
In the summer, you can always just spray yourself off with a hose and cool off fast, but with 4
you
layers,
you can do that in winter,
it's
too.
hard to even reach to wipe and have to strip down for 15 minutes to go pee. Yeah,
Rachel,
totally
you do
agree.
have a very good point there, too. Yes.
Yeah.
You can always do that in winter, too. You'll just turn into an ice pop.
Yeah. Yeah, we're talking about staying warm in the winter, not freezing, Emily.
I'm not.
Hey, Patty. I don't think we said hi to Patty.
I said hi to Patty.
Oh, I missed it. Sorry, Patty.
because you was... Don't ever shut your mouth.
Uh-huh.
Well, if you live in the middle of nowhere, no one will see you running around half naked. Yeah.
Exactly.
I mean, if you don't have kids.
Well, if you have kids, that's a different story.
Yeah.
Hey, Jamie, how's it going?
It's cold, so we're bored. So in other words, that you're bored, so you had to come over and see us.
Yeah.
That's.
Because she has nothing better to do.
I'm offended, Jamie. I'm offended.
Jamie, the next time we come to Arkansas, we have to meet up with you because we have something for you.
Yep.
Yep.
Live in a swimsuit.
I don't even want to see myself in a swimsuit these days, let alone someone else see me. There was something else I was going to say, but I can't remember what it was. I was going to reply to what somebody had said, but...
There ain't much telling.
Yeah. Oh, so Rachel, I've got a funny story. When I was delivering the mail, when people would have their sprinklers on, I would literally walk through it, and then I'd walk back, and then I'd walk through their sprinklers again. And some people were like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I should have turned that off." I'm like, I come by here about 2 o'clock. You leave that sucker on, you know?
Give me a cool off station.
Yeah, so, but then, like, my clothes, my uniform was so thin that it'd dry out in, like, 15 minutes. And then I was dry and hot again. And one time, I was delivering mail. It was so hot. And so there was this old man that would always, every time I'd come, he'd give me a cold bottle of water. Well, one day he wasn't home, but his son was home. And so his son was waiting for me and went inside to get me a bottle of water, and I said, hey, can I use your hose? And he was like, yeah. And so when he come back out, I was like all drenching myself with their garden hose. And he had said, he's like, hang on a second, let me get my phone so I can record this. After that, I did not do that anymore.
I don't know what we're... Finally, my husband said you look like my brother too.
Yeah, so it was a funny story. I remember laughing about it for a while. I did not want to be that person on the internet. He probably would have turned me into a meme or something.
Yeah, probably. Oh man.
Anyway.
Everybody quit talking. Look,
Yeah.
Rachel's talking to herself. That's the only one talking.
That's Raquel. Rachel to Raquel.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, but this, I mean, it's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
nothing but Rachel.
That's okay. We like Rachel. She can talk. Kevin got us a puzzle to work 2,000 pieces. They're only ½ inch in size. Stupid hard.
Oh
Dang.
my gosh.
I love doing puzzles. I really do. But the only, we just don't have anywhere to keep them when we're not working on it. So if we were to start a puzzle on our table, we'd have to take it apart a couple times a day and put it away so that we could eat.
Yeah, we don't have enough room for that kind of stuff.
Yeah. Lynn said, I said this last year and I'll say it this year. I'll enjoy the weather in each season while it lasts, although I'm not keen on cold weather. Right. My favorite are definitely spring and fall, when it's in the middle. When you have like cool mornings and warm afternoons and... Oh good, you're peeling the cucumber first this time?
Yeah.
Good. Do you
So
need me
I
to show
don't-
you how to do that?
I don't think we have very many people in here but that has this stuff, but we've got Drew, Lindsay, Peter, Jamie.
I think that's it.
Is that it?
And then we talked about giving that other thing to Jeff. But
Oh yeah.
That's
And
not a...
but we've got all y'all stuff here on the table that we next time we're headed that way we're going to be contacting you all on y'all's winnings, and we mailed everything else today finally. You just need to buy one of those puzzle mats and roll it up and store it.
I didn't even know they made something like that.
I've heard of them. I ain't never seen one, but
So-
I've heard of them.
Find a smaller knife and you can shape it like that and you'll waste a lot less.
I used to love to do puzzles, but the minute I got them put together, I'd take, Elmer's glue and wipe all over it and just make a picture out of it and hang it on the wall.
Puzzles are... I really like doing puzzles when I'm like listening to an audiobook or something.
Mm.
Or like a podcast. Because it's just kind of like mindless work that you can just do while you're focusing on something else.
I don't know about you, but I've never been able to put a puzzle together mindlessly.
Well, I don't know. To me, it's kind of like it's something really good for like coloring. I like to color when I'm listening to an audiobook too.
And you can stay inside the
It's something.
lines?
Yeah, it's something to just keep my hands busy while my mind is thinking. Because I'm a little ADHD and I have a hard time sitting still.
Yeah.
So I've got to be if I'm sitting still, I have to be doing something.
Well, that's me. That's what here lately. While I've been listening to my audiobooks, I just play that little game on my phone.
I know. He's been listening to an audiobook and just tuning us all out.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm just going to go hibernate in our bedroom and listen to this book.
It's been very peaceful, guys.
I bet it has. Jamie says, yes, we have lots of room. Yeah, they have like 3 houses now.
Yeah, why do you think
No, at least 2. They have the little cabin and then their house. But
Why do you think I have so many books that I've read at least 5 times each?
Mm-hmm.
Jamie, that's funny. We've got a game. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it, Jackbox TV, but there's one of those. What is that percentage game?
The guespionage.
Guespionage is
Yeah.
what it's called. And one of the questions on there the other day was what percentage of people, work a puzzle from the outside in, do the outside edge first.
And it was like 86%
Yeah, it was
or
a
something
huge
like that.
percentage of the people do
So
that.
most people do the outer edge first and then do the inside. That's the way I've always done it. But that's how I was taught to do it. She said Kevin Hogg doing all the edge pieces. That's because that's the easy part.
Hi, Patty.
Yeah. So something that I've been thinking about doing to involve you guys at home is he was just talking about that game Guespionage. The thing is that most of these games only have like 8 players. You can have up to 8 players or something. But it's really, really fun, and it's something that you guys at home could play with us. So I've been thinking about doing like a family game night live stream occasionally.
That would be
Hey,
pretty
Rainey,
fun.
how's it going?
Yeah, there is a couple of the games that have up to 100 players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, it's so much fun. But it's called Jackbox TV, and I think it was like, I don't know, we got 2 different packs on sale for less than $30, and it's awesome because you use your phone as your controller, and so you just go to jackbox.tv and you type in the room code, and then you can join the game from. What?
We're not sponsored, by the way.
No, we're not sponsored. They're not paying us to say this. This is just something that we enjoy. We play this with the kids all the time.
All the time.
And like several nights a week we have game night. And I forgot what I was saying now. Emily interrupted me. But we would have to figure out a way to like set up our GoPro to where you could see our TV, because you have to be able to see the TV
most of the time.
or the computer without, like, because you can't see the questions and stuff on your phone. So you'd have to. Yeah, we haven't figured out the logistics of it yet, but we think it'd be really, really fun.
I think it'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Lynn, I'm not sure exactly what your question is, but so.
Probably what service you use.
Oh, okay. So whenever I was driving a semi-truck, I got myself hooked on what they call graphic audio, which is probably the most expensive audio books you can listen to. But, that's over with. I definitely can't afford to buy those now.
Yeah, because it's like $30 or something.
But through our local library, we get a free subscription to Hoopla.
Yeah, and
Libby. And you can go in there and get the same graphic audio books that they have for free.
So if your local library system is signed up with Hoopla, it's kind of like Audible, Amazon Audible. It's just another streaming software for audiobooks. They have audiobooks and they have ebooks, and they have, I think they even have like movies and stuff you can watch. We haven't really done that.
Movies and music and.
Oh, they have all kinds of stuff. So if you have a library card with your local library and they're part of the system, then you can just sign in using your library login stuff. And I think you get, how many books a month do you get to borrow?
8.
That's what I was thinking. You can borrow up to 8 books a month.
On both of them. So if you have both of them like me, I get 16.
On Hoopla and Libby? Oh, nice. I haven't used Libby yet.
That's just
Really?
8. That's just 8 a week.
So-
That's 16.
So
together.
back then, I got really addicted to, on graphic audio, there's some books that's The First Mountain Man, The Last Mountain Man, gunfighter books, there's called Blood Bond, there's one, there's just dozens of them by William W. Johnstone. William W. Johnstone is by far my favorite writer. I love his books. And there's just thousands of books out there to read of his. And that's what I've been doing, is getting those books. But the other day, I was on Facebook scrolling, and, there was one of those ads, and I clicked on it, and I sat there and listened to a book for about 5 minutes. And, of course, after you listen to it for about 5 minutes, it's like, well, if you want to hear the rest of this, go download, I don't even remember the name of it now. But it's a vampire book. I say vampire
It's
book.
not something that he would normally.
It's out of my normal deal. But it is super interesting, and I got hooked on it, and it's a free app you download. I cannot remember the name of it, and it's on my phone, and we're using my phone to do my live.
Yeah,
so
dang it.
I don't know how to tell you, but it's super, super awesome. And that's what I've been listening to at night.
Or whenever he gets a chance.
Yeah.
Sometimes he'll go outside and I'll find him sitting in his truck just listening to an audiobook. I'm like, where'd Wiley go? And
He's just staring out the windshield at nothing, and he looks like a dead body.
and then he's
You're
just
like, are
listening.
you
Yeah.
okay?
Well, Rachel, that's just it, though. That's an audiobook. They read it to you. You just download it, and they read it to you. You don't have to read it on your phone.
I like reading a traditional book, but as a mom and a YouTuber, like, I might have, the only time I have to actually read a real book, and this might be too personal, is when I'm going to the bathroom. So that's the only time I have to sit down and actually read a book. So I really like audiobooks because I can just put in my headphones or turn it on the speaker or whatever and listen to it while I cook or clean or work or whatever. And books are too expensive. But if, like I said, if you go to your local library and get a library card, which is free,
Normally.
I don't think I've ever heard of a library card costing money. But then you go to their, you can go use that information to sign up for these other websites or apps or whatever. And then you can download free books. And so unless you're listening from the time you get up to the time you go to bed, those 8 books will last y'all a month.
Yeah, and it's I'm going to put a plug out there for them, guys, because they are an absolute freaking awesome deal. But graphic audio so their slogan is a movie in your mind. Well, I just talking to my cousin about it yesterday. We was sitting at my aunt's house and was talking about it. And, whenever I read something, I can read a paragraph and I couldn't tell you one thing that was in that paragraph by the time I was at the other end of it. It just don't sync. It just don't work for me. But if I listen to, if somebody else reads me something, it's the way my mind works is it's just like watching a movie in my head.
So when we do our Bible study, I have to be the reader.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But graphic audio takes it even a step further because they have each individualized characters. They have people that play a certain person to where it's not just an author changing his voice a little bit while he's reading the book. It's not just somebody doing that. It's literally characters reading each line.
And there's background sound, if it's a gunfight, you can hear gunfight, or if the horses are all riled up, you can hear the horses in the background making noise.
Yeah, it is, their graphic audio is just a number one all-time the best out there.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah. They're role-playing their voices with the plot, which takes it to a whole new level. Yes,
Right,
it does.
right.
Yeah.
I haven't picked up anything.
James, we do a Bible study, but it's just our family.
Yeah, it's just us.
Yeah, we just do a Bible study at home.
Yeah.
Somebody had suggested that we do a Bible study and put it on YouTube, but I feel like there's a lot of that out there already. I don't feel like I'm to the point in my knowledge of the Bible to teach yet. So I don't feel like God's leading me in that direction at this moment. But I think the Gillums Farm does a Bible study. Rebecca at Touched by Yarn, I think, used to do a Bible study. There's several out there that are in our kind of group already. So we're not putting that on the internet.
Jamie, you're gonna have to text that to me because that's something I'd like to look that up and see if I can find it. That'd be pretty awesome, and I love that kind of history.
Yeah. Cece spelled that wrong, but that's auditory learning.
What is it?
The way you learn, when people read it to you, it's a type of learning.
Oh.
So I personally learn better when I write something down. So I'm a note taker, and I know that things sink in a lot better if I'm taking notes on what I'm listening to. Otherwise, it just kind of goes in one ear and out the other.
Well, thanks, James. But yeah, I know I couldn't do it. Jen would be the one having to do it. And right now, I just don't see that that's a good fit for us.
And even though I've been in the Bible a lot over the last, I don't know, 5 years, we have a study Bible, and in the end of it, at the back of it, it has a 365-day reading plan. And so we usually just stick pretty close to that. Sometimes we veer off of it a little bit, but we stick pretty close to that. And I'm still at the point where I have to like Google names because I don't know how to pronounce them correctly. So I would be kind of embarrassed if I was teaching y'all wrong. But yeah. I've actually been thinking lately about when we're doing our Bible study, whenever I come across something that I feel like really stands out to me, I want to take a picture of it and just create a community post. But
Big Family Homestead does a daily Bible study, and somebody else said I can't remember who said back up there a little ways, somebody else done one.
Yeah, there's quite a few people out there that I feel like are better qualified than me. We also just came across a channel. They're really, really small, and I don't want to get their name wrong.
Hey, Cuddly Texan.
I think it's called Truth in the Word. And they are going to be moving to Arkansas next year too, or this year.
Oh, hey.
Forces to do a Bible study on Monday. Not for Nothing Homestead, White Rock, Christine from Gillum Farms, and Nana Nightingale. Yeah, see, I was thinking that Gillum's did a Bible study.
I missed this a while ago, Pam. Pam said it sounds like the old-fashioned radio shows. Yeah, you're exactly right. I actually got into that whenever I was driving cross country in a semi truck. I had XM radio and all that, and there is a station on there that's all they play is the old time radio shows, and it's pretty much the exact same thing. Other than those was 30-minute shows, and then some of these books are. So I started. It's called Deathlands. Whenever I first started trucking, I got into this book called The Deathlands. And so in like 2000, everybody set off their nukes, and this is just people out there trying to survive after all the nuclear war and blah blah blah. And so there's like 170 something books in that series, and every one of those books is 9 hours long. And at one time I was up to like a book number 120, but that's what really got me addicted to the graphic audio. And then I found William W. Johnstone books on there, and that was the end of it. That's William W. Johnstone is just an awesome author.
Okay. I want to share this out really quick. It's almost time for us to go, because Mama V, I think, is going to go live today. Here it is. I want to copy this and paste it in here because I want to show this. So this is a new channel that we just come across, and oh dang, if I type in, I don't think it's gonna do his link. Oh yeah, I did. Okay. All right. So that is a link to a new channel that we just found.
Good night, T.
And their channel is called Truth in the Word. And this guy looks a lot like Wiley, actually. And they'll be moving there. They have a big family, and they'll be moving to Arkansas this year. And they are very religious. And he said that God's calling him to share his knowledge of the Bible and stuff except they study the Torah, I think. And but he's posting some good content over on his channel. So even though we read the Bible and they read the Torah, tomato. I mean, I personally don't know the difference. Thanks, Rachel. Really I personally don't know the difference. But I know that from hearing him talk in his introduction video, he says that they've kind of gotten away from like organized religion, and they're just doing what they feel like God is calling them to do and God is leading them to do. And that gives me goosebumps because I feel like that's where we're at in our walk with God too.
Yeah.
Is that we've stepped away from organized religion. While we would like to find a home church when we moved to Arkansas. It's gonna be it's hard for us to find a place just because we want to fit in.
See you, Sean.
But we don't want to. I don't know. Organized religion just isn't what it used to be.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But anyway, oh, you don't see a live scheduled for her, huh?
Huh.
Right. Yes, cuddly Texan. Absolutely. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, James. I had no idea.
I can't read none of
He
that.
said, oh, sorry. You gotta go back over here.
Oh.
Sorry. He said that the Torah is just the first 8 books of the Bible.
Okay.
I didn't know that. So it's the Old Testament.
He said something kind of like that on his introduction or whatever video we was watching. And I was thinking it was something like that, but I wasn't 100% sure. Any man touches seems to get corrupted. Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah, you're right.
Right, Rachel, absolutely. You know, my experience, like, there's so many, I call them Christians, because they're the Christians that go to church every Wednesday and Sunday, and I'm not talking bad about anybody. I'm just explaining what I've observed, and it isn't about everybody, but there's a lot of people that go to church and think they're holier than thou because they're in the pew every Sunday and Wednesday. But then they go out to eat after church and they treat the waitress like trash, you know,
Yeah.
or they're ugly to their neighbor or whatever. Like, just because you go to church and you're present in that building doesn't mean that you're living the way that God wants you to live. And for us, it's a lot more important to study for ourselves and follow what we feel is right. And, you know, and above all, that's love your neighbor.
Yeah.
You know, be nice to other people. Like, it doesn't cost anything to smile and be nice to somebody. Even if they are an evil person and they're mean to you and they've wronged you, just don't be ugly.
Well,
Because that catches up with you in the end.
I gotta be totally honest. I'm not going to get into details on here, but my ex-wife was the one that got me away from the organized religion. I mean, yeah.
So, you don't want to know all that, but the Ethiopian Bible, as it has the most books, and I want to see what we are missing. I had not heard that.
That'd be pretty neat.
Jane said, quite honestly, I'm having issues with religious people, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they want to think that it's their job to tell other people how to live.
Right.
I mean, yes, the Bible has rules against certain practices, but it's not our job to judge. That's the job of the good Lord upstairs. And by judging people, you're putting yourself in a position that is not yours to have. And so whether you agree with somebody or not, I mean, I can honestly say that most of what the liberals are pushing, I don't agree with, but I don't condemn them. That's not my job.
Yeah.
You know, I'm going to let them live their lives, and then when they show up at the pearly gates, they will be judged according to God's law and God's goodness and everything, and that's when they will face judgment. It's not my job to
Ford
judge
dude
them,
says,
so.
does looking in the mirror and seeing ugly count? I can't be, but being kind of ugly,
It's bony.
Yeah, being that kind of, yeah, right.
You're beautiful on the inside. I can tell.
Sometimes.
So,
I mean, I sure hope looking in the mirror and being ugly doesn't count, because I mean,
Jamie, you know, I can agree with that to an extent. You never know what actually happened, but the biggest thing for us is whether you believe in God or believe in the Bible, there's a good standard of living that you find in there, and that's treating others fairly, you know, loving your neighbor, not cheating on your husband or your wife, not stealing or lying, or, you know, those kinds of things. Whether you're religious or not, they're good morals to have. And so we find there's a lot of bad things that happen in the Bible, but there's also a lot of good things. And so we just we don't necessarily pick and choose, but it seems like every time you read the scripture, it changes depending on the season you are in your life.
that's why they call it the living word.
Right, it's the living word, exactly. So, yeah.
Activity Ministry is a channel.
Bible Jeopardy questions to test yourself on what you know.
I'll have to look into that.
Yeah, Jamie. I mean, and as long as you, like, I believe that bottom line, if you believe that Jesus Christ died for our sins and you try to do your best to live a good life, then that's what's most important. And good, I mean, just, like, being a good person.
Here's the bottom line for me. Okay, so what if I'm wrong?
What if there is no Bible? What if there is no heaven?
If none of this ever exists, what did I hurt by living this way? But if it does exist, whenever I get there,
what would we lose?
What would we lose if we hadn't lived this way?
I think that believing in something positive is a good thing, and living a positive, productive
Jamie.
life
that's exactly right.
Is what's important. So
that's the same way we are, Jamie.
Right. Yeah. And Rachel too. She said it's about good and evil, and you choose the path you want to live. Right.
Exactly. Yep.
Yep. I agree, Rachel, and that's exactly what I was trying to say. Yeah. Right. That's the golden rule, James. That's how I was raised. You know.
Yep.
Treat others how you want to be treated. Now let's do a test. Who actually knows what verse that is in the Bible? Because I know it's in there, but I don't know what verse it is. I've read it a dozen times, but I can't tell you what verse it is.
Yeah, we've probably over the last couple of years, right.
And I always I'm like, see kids, it even says it in here, you gotta be nice to each other.
Yeah.
Treat people how you want to be treated. Well, Jesus is Lord. I figure that's the people who add or subtract are the ones who are going to be judged for doing so. If we leave anything out, it's not intentional.
Right.
It's just because we are ignorant and we don't know any better.
Right.
And God knows our hearts and he knows they're in the right place. And so if we forgot to point something out, he might correct us, but I don't think we'll be condemned for making a mistake. So, love the Lord your God. Most important, be part
of being a Christian.
Yeah, right.
Right.
So, no idea. Jesus is Lord. Do tell. Oh. Yeah. So I don't know who. I mean, like Jamie said, you don't know what's been added or subtracted throughout the years. But the bottom line is that the Bible really just pushes being a good person.
Yep.
Be righteous, you know? I know that it's there, but can't quote chapter or verse. See,
I'm the same way.
And that's why I don't feel like I'm good enough to be a teacher yet, because I haven't gone to, like, seminary or anything like that, and and I can't even pronounce.
Cemetery.
I'll go there someday, but it ain't gonna be today.
I was
Hopefully.
like, I went there multiple times.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't think that I'm qualified to be a teacher, at least at this point.
Yeah.
God may have different plans for me in the future, and it's usually like I'll hear him telling me. I don't actually hear an audible thing, guys. Like, it's more like in my mind I'll get an idea, and then I'll almost feel guilty if I don't follow through with that idea that I had, and I feel like that's the Lord speaking to me and trying to lead me in a direction. And generally I'm like, but really, do I have to? Because I feel like that's going to be hard. And then I fight it for a little while, and then I end up giving in, and then it's not as hard as I imagined, and life is better than I thought it'd be. But I still go through the same cycle every time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Luke 6:31 and Matthew 7:12. Thank you for Cassandra.
And Rachel said it too.
Yeah. Y'all had to Google it, didn't you?
Yeah, they did. That's why it took so long for me to get on here.
Yeah. Teaching your kids is the best thing. We try, but I swear they turn their ears off a lot.
Yeah.
So we still make them listen, but I think that
Rachel said, "Yep, Google."
Yeah. That's what I would have done.
Yeah.
If I wasn't on camera, y'all would have seen me Google it.
Just sign on.
I guess I could have looked it up. It would have taken a while.
Jody just come in.
Hey, Jody.
Hi, Jody.
Guess
Look
what we got today.
Look what Emily got today. We weren't expecting it till Monday.
Oh, you're throwing stuff everywhere. Oh.
Apparently, I'm losing pieces.
Yeah.
So when we're done on this live stream, we're gonna make dinner and then I'm gonna teach her how to use it. We're gonna have to go dig out some of our old clothes that don't fit anymore just so we can make something. If I didn't go to church, I
have maybe 1 or 2 pairs of pants that could be fixed.
Yeah. We'll take one of your old pair of jeans and make patches.
And make patches to sew on these holes?
1 or 2, Wiley. You need all of them but 1 or 2.
No,
and
probably not.
Jamie, the problem is that when you were a kid, staying inside all day was a punishment. Nowadays with kids, if you can stay inside all day, that's heaven. Kids don't want to go outside. Well, I mean, to an extent. Ours want to go outside when it's their option, but if I'm like, go outside, they don't want to.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I even sleep outside.
Yeah. Holes are expensive jeans, Wiley.
Yeah, right. Yeah. I'd be all right with that if it wasn't because mine are just falling apart.
Yeah.
My little jerk, she made a cave.
Fortunately, he wears a pretty common size, so when he starts getting low on jeans, we usually go to the thrift store and we can pick them up for like less than $10 a pair. So
yeah.
That's a lot better than going out and spending like $30, $40 on a pair of jeans.
Used to, I'd just go buy a new pair because Rustlers at one time was only $9 a pair at Walmart, brand new. But that ain't happening anymore.
Oh, Jody, that's so awesome. She will really appreciate that. She's got 1 pair of scissors. I swear they're more like hair cutting scissors than sewing scissors.
I've actually got 2 now because of that kit.
Oh, the little kit that you said.
Oh, yeah, it's got a good pair of scissors. Yeah.
But Jody said she ordered you a nice set of scissors.
Ooh.
Oh, yes. I might steal them.
No, you won't.
Hide them well, Emily.
Yeah.
I said hide them well.
I will.
Yeah. Jamie said designed by Wiley. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it's called the Look Like You Work Hard line.
Look like you work hard, but really.
Yeah, yeah. Last time I talked to Jody, Jesus is Lord, she said the PT's kicking her butt.
She loves her mugs. They're awesome.
Yay! We're using our MT Homestead
Yep.
mugs. By the way, MT Homestead goes live on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
Yep. So.
I don't even have my own mug to drink out of, Jody. I'm jealous.
No, but you finally got your shirt.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah,
looks
you
so
see my
nice
shirt?
on you. Yeah. Our purple and our green together make us look very Halloween-y.
You mean yellow?
What?
That's practically yellow.
Oh,
Wiley.
Jamie. She said her best friend sewed, and she has her scissors, and she treasures them.
Oh.
Oh. Well, around here, if you leave a pair of scissors laying down, they're either disappear or they're ruined by the time you get them again.
I fell.
Yeah,
I've had a couple of nice butchering scissors. What do you call them?
Kitchen shears.
Kitchen shears. And yeah, I've never seen them again. Used them once and never seen them again.
T. McD said the Red Sea stuff is delaying our container ships, making prices even more expensive.
What's going on over there?
I have seen a little bit about it. I haven't really watched.
I'll have to look into it. I
Anything.
don't watch any news stuff
I
like
want
that.
to say that there was an incident and our military got involved over there in the Red Sea, and I think it's got to do with all that stuff in like Ukraine, or not Ukraine, but the Israel and stuff. So I don't really know enough about it to talk about it. Hey Jackie boy,
Hey,
I'm
Jackie
more
boy.
the one that dives into the rabbit holes than Wiley. I'm like 10 times the conspiracy theorist that he is.
Yeah.
So usually I'm like, can you believe this? You know? And he's like, whatever.
PT is
He
kicking
thinks-
Jody's butt.
He thinks I'm crazy.
We all do.
I ain't got time for all that crap. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If it ain't, it ain't. That's all there is to it. So I really don't have time to get involved in all that crap.
Me, on the other hand, I like to kind of know what's going on in the world. But I have a hard time like balancing. Either I'm like all in, or I don't know anything about what's going on.
Yeah.
There's not a whole lot of middle ground, because once I find something that's interesting, like I want to know everything I can possibly find out about it. But the thing that sucks is you can't really believe 90% of the stuff you read on the internet
Yeah.
these days, or you see on TV. Like, you can believe about 0.5% of stuff you see on mainstream media.
Right.
And that's like the weather. The rest of it, it's all crap.
And
you can't believe it.
you really can't believe the weather most of the time.
Yeah, no. So, anyway, I did see stuff about that, but I mean...
I'll have to look it
Yeah.
up. I'll have to look it up and get informed.
I know if we say the wrong words on here, we'll get in trouble with YouTube, though, so we should probably stop talking about it before I screw up.
Yeah.
Rachel said you sound like her.
Yeah. I know, and what she said earlier, there's lots of documents you can get lost in. And I was like, thinking, man, that would be so bad for me.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I've been
I-
listening to murder documentaries since we got Netflix.
Yeah.
I finished nearly every one on there.
Yeah.
That's why you listen to people like
Bongino?
Bongino.
I haven't listened to him. I know I like listening to Mark and Debbie over at Two Old People on a Couch and Grumpy Grandpa Patriot Show. I feel like I can trust their research, and they always tell you, do your own research and be prepared. And they do a live stream on Saturday mornings at 8:30 Central Standard Time. And
not
most
only
of the time
that,
I'm there.
not only that, but Mark and Debbie are both just flat out great people.
They are so much fun.
Yes.
I love them. I love Mark and Debbie.
Hey, look, you're so
We don't live very far from them, and it makes me sad that we haven't taken time to go meet up with them somewhere. We've talked a lot about going and getting lunch with them. but
Oh,
we've never actually done it.
Jesus is Lord. I totally agree.
Hey, that's
I trust Glenn Beck more than I do anybody on this planet. I love Glenn Beck.
Yeah, James, they can only give you so much because they have to be really careful about what they say. But my main people that I listen to is Glenn Beck and Tucker Carlson. So
Yeah. And Tucker Carlson,
and
he's...
I really like Epic TV, EPOCH, with Roman. I don't know. He's got some sort of a German name or something that I can't pronounce, but I feel like those alternative media stations have a lot more useful information than the mainstream ones. So you can just tell. I was listening to, hey, you guys just, I think it was Glenn Beck the other day was saying that, like over 85% of mainstream media is liberal, and you can see it for sure. So, Lily, shush, you're making so much noise in the background.
Hey, Anson.
I think Lily's getting antsy. Yeah, hey, Anson.
Yeah, we watch some of the Epoch stuff. Yeah.
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 Mhm. Yeah. And actually, they got demonetized on YouTube. So.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, Epic Times has been demonetized on YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, and they also have a lot of shadow banning that happens to them too. So, you know that when that stuff's happening, that they're on the right track.
Yeah. There's somebody to pay attention to.
Yeah.
Anson, have you been freezing out there?
I bet.
I went out there and done a little bit of log cutting a while ago, and it didn't last very long.
Hang on. Oh, Jody said she needs a cat. Anybody in Maryland near Jody has a kitten?
I can send you one through the mail, Jody.
Yeah, I'm sorry, you can't have mine though. We'll have to go steal one of the neighborhood cats.
No, I can't remember who it was. Oh, who was I with the other day? I told you that they had another one like her.
Who was that? It wasn't Glenda, was
Where-
it?
no. I don't remember now.
Yeah, I don't remember. Someone else said they had a turtle shell. Calico. Lily.
Oh yeah, right. That's
It's a tortoise, not tortoise.
Oh, tortoise shell. Yeah.
so I'm kind of Emily and Hunter, are staying in the bus now, and they have those propane heaters in there. Well, of course, with the propane heaters in there, the windows and stuff are sweating real bad. And Hunter got up this morning and brought a big old piece of ice in that he got off his window.
On the inside of the window.
Yeah, off the inside of his window.
Miss Kitty gets up on my pillow and she licks the water off my window.
Yes, it's Facts Matter with Roman Volkanov or something like that. Yeah, I like listening to him too.
Hey, you just said that
Watch
too.
Deep South Bama with Mr. Tom. He is smart about what goes on in the world. Does cooking too. Huh.
Dang, James, it's that cold down there? And it ain't hit here yet. It must be moving this way.
Yeah, it is.
It's supposed to be here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But, I mean, he's really not that far west of us. I mean...
Yeah. And he's south. He's southwest of us.
Yeah.
Roman, yes. What Roberta said. that's his name. Good Lion TV on Rumble has some really great movies to watch, huh? So if we were gonna pay for a streaming software, it would be PureFlix, because it's all clean content.
We already do. What do you mean?
Candace Owens, right? Yeah, Candace Owens.
Yeah.
She catches so much flack.
Candace Owens is awesome.
I love Candace Owens.
Yeah.
There's
Well,
so
guys,
many good ones out there, yeah.
It's time for Jennifer to go cook me something to eat.
Emily's been working on prepping dinner for a while, so.
Eat it.
And then I'm going to teach Emily how to use her new sewing machine.
No, I'm scared.
Yeah, would rather just watch YouTube. Well,
Yeah.
hopefully you'll be able to do that over the next couple of days, Anson,
Yeah.
while
right.
you're freezing. That's our plan, is that we're going to hang out inside. Mom made tacos. Ooh, who doesn't like tacos?
I've got a huge pile of firewood over here in the corner,
Go away.
and
Turn.
you know we've done the best we could to get everything insulated outside so it don't freeze. And I'm going to be sitting in here staying warm.
Oh, it is Yemen and somebody attacking cargo ships, Eunice said. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Candace don't take nothing from nobody.
By the way, hi Eunice.
One of my favorite, I don't even know what series it was, where she was, but she was a speaker somewhere at a college campus or something. And she was up there, and she was big, pregnant. I mean, this was just a couple months ago. And she was just like, you could tell that she had that end of the pregnancy attitude where she just had zero craps to give.
Yeah.
I mean, she was like, I'm fat and I'm pregnant and I do not have patience to deal with your crap. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, Anson, that's pretty much the way we are. I was really hoping to get my sawmill up front and get to working on Tony's logs and stuff, but I think that's going to be put off for another week now because I don't think I want to be out there, especially up there in the wide open,
Yeah,
trying to cut logs and as cold as it's going to be. Plus, you know, of course, I've never put anything but just straight water in it, but it takes a mixture.
Isn't it soap and water?
It's supposed to be soap and water, or you have to put something in it that's antifreeze. Put some kind of
Speaking
antifreeze
of which,
stuff in it.
do you need to go back there and make
I
sure
might
there's
need
nothing
to.
in it?
Yeah,
You
I
can
might
go
need
drain
to.
your tank back there. Although it's sitting at an angle. So
But I could only imagine that if it was if I was up there trying to cut with water in my sawmill, it'd freeze up as cold as it's supposed to be. So I don't even want to bother with it. I don't.
We even went as far as to process our rabbits yesterday so that we wouldn't have to take care of them in the cold.
Yes, James,
Of course,
exactly. I
they
got
were-
wheels on it now.
They were ready to go to freezer camp anyway. We've just been delaying it. We've been putting it off for longer than we should have. And so the rabbit water, we have them on an automatic watering system, but because it's going to be cold, we had to unhook that. And the water bottles, those would just freeze up super fast. So we decided that it was finally time to actually send them to freezer camp. We've got 2 turkeys, 2 chickens, and a duck that we still need to process. And one of our coons.
And
So, Wiley did have a shelter for the sawmill, Anson, but we took it off of that and put it on the trailer so that we could make it mobile for when we move to Arkansas. And eventually when we get over there, there'll be a shelter that he builds for it. But
Maybe, I don't know. Being since it's mobile now,
it'd be nice to be able to park it somewhere where it's covered, though.
Right.
And then you can pull it out when you need to use it.
But I would.
Yeah, we did it when it was in the 60s. Yeah, it was a really nice day yesterday.
Yeah, we got everything done yesterday except I had a few more pieces of wood to cut out here and stuff, and
we need to drain our hoses and things like that.
We done that today. But other than that, we're good to go.
Goodness gracious!
And it really wasn't all that bad out there today. I mean, now that the sun's went down, I bet it's pretty cold out there. But when the sun was up, it was good, bright, heavy sun this morning or throughout the day, and it wasn't that bad at all.
Yeah.
Jody wants to know when she comes to visit if Emily can make her some sushi.
Heck yeah. We'll
Yeah.
make you whatever you want, Jody.
Man, it's
Sure.
awesome.
We'd bring you some, but it wouldn't be any good by the time we got there.
Yeah, no.
I don't know if we could ship it.
No. Maybe some dry ice. I don't know. I don't know that I'd want to tempt it.
Yeah, when it comes to sushi, like I'll eat it when it's super fresh, but I am not taking the chance of eating it after it's been there for a while.
Me too, Anson. I cannot wait.
Anson just wants you to come so he can use your sawmill. So Anson, so you weren't in here when we were talking about it. Our original plan, or I don't even know if it was the original plan, but we talked about moving the buses to Arkansas before we moved so that they would be there when we got there. She said, "You're not wrong." So anyway, and you had offered to help us move. Now we've changed our minds, and I think we're going to bring the buses to our current place so that we can work on them, and then we're just going to move into them. Move our beds and everything into them, and then take them to Arkansas. And then when we get there, they're already like done, and we're moved in, and there's no unpacking.
Yeah, right.
So the only thing is if we have, you won't be able to have Emily's books on her bookshelves. She'll probably have to take those down.
Yeah.
For the drive. But other than that, like, I think that's a good way to go.
And I'm also thinking, so I went.
So we might need an extra person with a trailer.
Last Saturday or last Sunday, whatever day it was, I can't remember. I went to my cousin's place, and I had to put a starter on one of his cars. I had to put a Hydro Boost brake booster on one of his trucks.
Jody said sushi is my blood type.
I had to put a Hydro Boost system on one of his trucks. I had to go up there and do a bunch of work for him while I was there. He was like, "Hey, I've got this laying over here. Would you be interested in using it?" And so it's a tow bar that it just slides into your 2-inch receiver on the back of your truck and pins in, and then it's got the 2 legs that come back and mounts to the front of whatever you're towing. And I think I'm going to try to rig that up to where we're just going to tow the buses, the 2 smaller buses. We're just going to hook it up and tow them over there. I won't even have to put them on a trailer that way. And I guess we'll see how that works out for us. But and then
Drew and Lindsay, hey guys.
The big bus is going to be driven, so we're good there. So I think we may have this worked out.
Drew and Lindsay are also one of the main reasons we're moving to Arkansas, because we love those guys.
Jen was just talking about them earlier.
Their ears must have been ringing.
Yeah.
I was like, I can't wait to move closer to Drew and Lindsay. I said, I feel like they are 100% our kind of people. Because we were watching Drew's video this morning on doing the water lines.
Yeah.
How not to install water lines. So Drew, those clamps that you were using for the pecs, the ones that you just squeeze together, when my dad had done the plumbing in this house, he had used those because the crimper tool for those is like $25-$30, right? The other one that you have to like pinch together like this for the rings.
It's a solid ring.
It's like $100. But boy, is it worth it, because we had to cut every single one of those out that my dad had installed and replace it with those rings. So we fought leaks for a while in the house because they had those crimped together ones, and they just don't work very good.
They just suck.
Yeah, because you love Drew's back.
Yeah,
that's fair.
But now I'm afraid that by the time we get there, it's gonna be gone.
Yeah. Yeah, then you're going to have to go use it to dig holes at Drew's place. If you can get Gary off of it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. Just put another log in the stove. It is so nice to have oh, yes it is.
Right.
The whole getting firewood is not so nice. But having a wood stove with firewood ready to go is awesome.
And saving money.
At the beginning of the year, or at the beginning of summer, this summer, we was like, man, by the time winter hits, we're going to have, 85 ricks of wood out here, and we won't ever have to worry about it. We've got like a half a rick.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, we have a splitter, Jamie.
Yeah, we have a splitter, Jamie. I'll rent it to you.
Yeah, next year when we move to Arkansas, you guys can borrow it if you want.
No, I said I'll rent it.
Oh, okay, whatever. I'm trying to think. Maybe make something that's really good, and I was like, maybe she can just make that for you.
Peter said he thought he was the reason we was moving there. You're part of it, Peter.
Yeah. So I felt so bad for you guys having to do plumbing in winter. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But he survived.
Somehow.
Lindsay said her brother's a firewood man.
Anson said, we have a wood stove, now we just need a cabin to put it in. We've talked about taking ours with us to Arkansas. So what I think we're gonna do is we don't plan on selling the place that we're on now, so I think we're just gonna take what we need to Arkansas, and then we'll come back as we need things. And then that way we're not cluttering our new place up with things that we're not going to use right away. But there's a lot of times in our next bus video, guys, you guys are going to realize why we have junk piles everywhere. I even give you guys a behind the scenes look at our junk pile. And so when we built the wall and the bed frames and the kids' bus, we wanted to save as much money as possible, so we used some untraditional materials. I'm not going to tell you guys exactly what we did, but we saved a lot of money by using things that we had laying around that other people would have thrown out as trash. So we're not ready to part with our junk. We just don't want to junk up our new place just yet.
Yeah.
So we're gonna
maybe this will just be my salvage yard.
Yeah.
And then we can just drive over here to the salvage yard and get what we need.
Right, yeah, that's kind of a long way to go. But at least we have a place to stay if we need to. Plus, I'm going to have to come back every 6 weeks for a doctor's appointment for a checkup on my back. And they actually just gave me more physical therapy. So by the time I'm done, I'll probably have 6 months of PT in, which is okay. But yeah, so.
Oh, no, pneumatic cooker. Well, of course, I guess it hasn't quite got cold enough yet, so I guess everything's okay. But, man.
Yeah. Next time, if it's something like that,
Hi,
call us up and say, hey, will you guys run over there?
Yeah, no
we're
kidding.
Not that far away.
Yeah, we're not that far.
We also need warmer weather to put concrete for said cabins. Drew, are you building the shop first or the cabin? If Wiley had it his way, we'd build a shop first.
No, yeah, absolutely.
I would allow him to build a shop so long as there was a place for us to live in it until we built the house.
I really think we need to come to a compromise. So I'm going to have us nice living quarters when we get there. So then my shop should be next.
Oh, I understand your logic.
You still gotta build my deck.
Yeah. A salvage yard is a must-have. I intend to have a privacy fence to hide my shit behind. Yes. Yeah, I wish we did that.
Have a good night, Patty.
Our house sits far enough away from the road that you can't see all of our junk from the road. So it's not an eyesore. We're not trying to, make our neighbors hate us or anything, you know? Shop with living space above it. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
I've always wanted to do that. Just build a big, massive shop and then build a house on one end and have a shop on the other end.
Shop and living all in one, yes.
Yeah.
Drew said first.
Imagine the noise.
Shop first, 100%, Drew said.
Right.
Yeah, because they can live at Lindsay's. They have a house already.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how far Lindsay's is from Drew's place, but I don't think it's that far. Square body trucks, tractors, log splitters, old generators, old RVs, and are not scrapped. Same here. My junk pile is out of sight. Yeah. I don't hide any of my junk. I love pissing off my neighbors. It keeps those. That's funny.
Lily, leave her alone.
Yeah. So yeah. I think that's what we're gonna do. And then we're not going to worry so much about having to, clean this place up. We're not going to sell it. We're going to keep it. So maybe if we leave a bunch of junk laying around, anything worth value will be overlooked if people try to come rob us.
Even Anson says the shops are definitely important to her.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. Let's see. If you had a shop, what kind of projects could I get you to do since now you can stay warm and dry?
Build a car?
Build
Another one
What
for
else
you,
would
or
there be?
is it going to be a car you're building for me?
That just, I don't know.
You might let me drive the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, how many times did Drew have to beg us, right? I know, for the last couple of years, every time we'd go to Arkansas, every time we'd see the Arkansas crew, especially Drew and Lindsay, they'd be like, you guys should move to Arkansas. And we're like, yeah, that'd be awesome. But then, was it Jeff that told us about the property next to him? I think it was Jeff that told us there was property next to him, and it was $500 down, and I was like, heck yeah, let's do it, and we just made the jump.
Anson is exactly right. Look, you got to have a shop to build the house from.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess you need a place to put all your tools, right? Yeah.
Right. Jen needs
yes.
a car.
Yes,
Yeah.
I do, Lindsay.
Yeah.
My minivan just isn't very cool. It's an old minivan, and it's always covered in dirt and mud.
I mean, I'd give her a car, and then she'd give it away. Yeah. I got her a car.
Oh, yeah.
And then
But we
she
can't
gave it
talk
away.
about the
But we-
details
yeah, I know.
because Hunter might be around here somewhere listening. So, yeah, we can't talk about
Yep,
that.
shop first,
And-
house second.
And Lily can't keep a secret to save her life, so I can't tell y'all while she's around. Yeah,
I'm gonna go
moving is
outside.
scary. We did it. Not sorry. Oh, a minivan. We could totally pimp that. Jay said, and a place for the song.
Right,
right. A classic car. Yes, I agree. I'm not picky. I'll take anything. I don't even care.
Well, I don't know where
You got any
Hunter is.
08 Impalas laying around?
Actually, yes.
Oh, hey,
What do
Lily
you
went
need?
outside. So just a secret.
Who's asking that?
Drew, hang on. Lily just went outside. So Wiley got me an old Packard. But Hunter has had his eye on that car since he first saw it. So there's a chance that Packard will actually be Hunter's car.
Yeah.
So now y'all know, but I just couldn't say it with them around. All right.
He's 12.
I hope y'all could hear me. Yeah. But we're going to make him buy it from us.
Drew,
It's all about responsibility.
Drew, I'm not 100% sure if there's any 08s over there, but I know he's got quite a few Impalas over there right now. Jen needs a big old
A big old truck.
in wintertime. Yeah.
I had a truck exactly like Gary's from Junk to Gems. And then when Wiley got his truck running, I let him sell it.
Well, Lindsay, that being said, I invited you guys to go with me to the Hot Rod Power Tour this year and never heard a word back from Drew. He just totally ignored it whenever I sent him that message.
He's like, I'm just going to delete this and not tell Lindsay so we don't have to go.
Yeah.
Just kidding. Drew would probably be all over it.
Lily, leave the kitty alone.
Yeah, Jamie, I couldn't tell you the last time we locked our doors on our house. I think it was last year when we went to Arkansas. I mean, when we went to California is the only time we locked the doors on the house.
Down.
Drew, so we ordered a hood for Uncle John's pickup. That's pretty much where I'm at right now on Uncle John's pickup. All I got to do is get the hood put on it. And, we had to order it through Jegs, and it won't be here for like a week and a half. So I'm not sure between now and then when I'll be over there, but I'll definitely take a look and see what we got.
She says, ow.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like a piece of turd?
No thanks, I'm good.
Dang.
Can maybe check in all the junkyard and
Lindsay said, I didn't know that. That you would advise her to go with us.
The what? Oh.
Yeah. We still have to figure out how we're going to go. We're trying to
Well-
go to C10 Nationals again this year. May 9th, 10th, 11th, I think.
Oh man, I wished I could go to that.
Cowl hood for the square body? I think so.
Yes, yeah, 2-inch cowl. Me personally probably would have ordered a 4-inch cowl, but with Uncle John, I don't think he would have liked the 4-inch, so we went with a 2-inch. But yeah. So with the Hot Rod Power Tour, more than likely we're not going to be able to go because we can't afford to buy the tickets right now.
We'd
And
love to, but
The tickets for the long haul, they call it the long haul, and for the tickets for the long haul is they sell out within like a week is what
Okay.
everybody's saying. So I don't
We
think
don't
we're
either.
going to have in the next week we're not going to be able to afford to buy the tickets. So I don't think we're going to wind up getting to go.
Ford dude said they ordered a cow hood for his brother's 85 square body from Jegs as well.
Ah.
Oh, the C10 Nationals in the North Fort Worth. Is it at the Texas Motor Speedway
Yeah.
again?
Texas Motor Speedway. That's where it's always at, I think. Kevin
Man,
Newsom.
Drew, your year-end video was so awesome. So last Friday when you had showed it as a premiere, we were at our neighbor's house. And so we were trying to like be neighborly and hang out with them, but we were also trying to pay attention to your stuff. So when we got home really late, we turned it on and we watched it all the way through. And dude, your video was awesome. I especially love the part where Lindsay got to drive her truck around the track. That is so cool.
Oh, and Drew, so, you know, Uncle John, being the cheapskate he is, I get over there yesterday and I'm like, well, Uncle John, we need to go back there and find you a hood for your truck. And he's like, there's 14 of those square bodies sitting back there. Just go find one and, you know, get it on my truck. And, I mean, you know how many square bodies are sitting around there. So I get back there and every hood they have is broken. Every one of them. You know how they crease in the middle and fold. Every hood they had back there was broken. So, $700 later, we've got one will be here in a week and a half.
Oh, yeah, okay. So Simply Jan Homestead also goes live. Oh, wait, Mama V doesn't go live on Fridays. It's Friday. It's not Wednesday.
Oh, it's CRC goes live.
Country Road Cure went live at 5. Whoops.
But did they even go?
I don't know if they did or not.
Yeah.
And then I can't remember who goes live else. But, oh, something else I wanted to mention is that we are co-hosting an Arkansas meetup with Drew and Lindsay and with Mike at DD5 and Simple Life Acclaim and Jamie and all kinds of everybody. And so we are going to be having a meetup at Blue Mountain Lake in Arkansas, May 17th, 18th, and 19th. Simply Jan Homestead is also hosting a meetup in Missouri. I can't remember where I just heard about it on MT's Live the other night. So if you want to know about all these meetups, go over to MT Homestead on their Wednesday night live stream this past Wednesday. And they have details about all of them. But Jan's holding a meetup in Missouri. We're doing one in Arkansas. And then in April, there's going to be another one at Lake Tinkiller here in Oklahoma. So... Oh, yeah. So, Drifting Dreamers 5 goes live at 6 on Fridays.
James,
I'm totally off.
We're not sure if we're going to be able to make it to 10 Killer or not. Because
we're going to try to go.
That's going to be right there at the same time we're trying to get everything set up in Arkansas and all the move and everything.
So chances are if we go, it'll probably be just for the day.
Just
on
swinging
like Saturday
in
or something.
Spending a few hours and heading back out. But
yeah.
There was something I was going to say. Oh! Ford dude said something about Jeff's Suburban being really cool to fix up. So I've got a cousin that owns the record service over there. He got a 90 model. Of course, that's a square body in the Suburbans. So it's a 90 model Suburban, 3/4 ton full-wheel drive. And I'm going to be doing some work for him to get it. And so that will be another... I'm actually hoping to make that a toy for me and Jennifer where we can go playing in the mud and stuff later on, maybe.
Yes, because we love to go get dirty and get stuck. I mean, getting unstuck is half the fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we're smart enough to know not to take our daily driver out there and go play in the mud holes. So, yeah. Yeah, I was forgetting that it's Friday, guys. That's how off I am. Yes, mudding is a great pastime. And when you get your Willys Jeep, I don't know if it's going to be a toy or not, but those things are awesome.
Yeah, Drew, it's 4x4. It's full-wheel drive, 3/4 ton. It's, of course, it's the fuel-injected, throttle body truck, because it's a 90 model, or Suburban. It does need a little bit of stuff. I think the back window's busted out of it. It's got a pretty good crater in the right front fender, a couple other things, but it's all there. So hopefully the motor's good in it, and I won't have to worry, but I may wind up having to put a motor in it. I don't know. I mean, and of course, I think Ford Dude or one of them, I don't remember who it was, James or Ford Dude or who said, but 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive Suburban might be hers to get in and out of the mountain over there. I don't know. We'll see.
It don't even have to look pretty. I don't even care. I am not picky. I just don't want to be walking to the grocery store. Jody said that decades ago she worked at Dover's Downs Air Force Base and someone gave her the keys to his Camaro and she got to drive it around the Speedway. So she got to drive a Camaro around the Speedway. I bet that was a lot of fun.
Drew said, we can car swap it. No. No, Drew, stop. I mean, who knows? It might wind up being done that way, but I don't know. Nomadic Hooker said, yeah, no Hirsch doors. This one is like the Blazer. It's got the... No, wait a minute.
I've seen it, but I didn't actually
No,
go around and
I'm lying. It is the barn doors. The
on the back?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's got 2 windows back there, and one of the windows is busted out.
Threaten me with a good time.
Exactly, nomadic Hooker. You're exactly right. That's why I always went with fuel injections in my 4-wheel drives, is because any kind of a great incline and you're losing all your fuel and you can't climb it. And that's, yeah.
Call them hearse doors because that's what they are.
Yeah, right.
They replaced a 10 horsepower motor with a 19 horsepower motor on their lawnmower, and they can tell difference. Yeah, so nice, he said.
So yeah, nomadic Hooker. I had a 78 CJ5 that was lifted and had 38.5s all the way around it. The 38.5 Super Swamper Boggers, and I've actually got trophies and a couple plaques and stuff I won in the mud bogs around here with it. But whenever I first got it, I was climbing an embankment with it, and of course it started starving for fuel, so I was trying to keep it running, and it backfired and caught the whole, under the hood on fire, and I hooked onto it with a chain and pulled it in the shop and ordered I think it was the Edelbrock fuel injection kit for it, and man, you talk about making that Jeep come alive. You put that fuel injection on that 0304, man, it was an awesome truck.
So, Ford Dude said that you put a sump in your tank and you never lose fuel pressure. Nomadic Hooker said you can't hang with the big dogs if you pee like a puppy.
Yeah. It's not the sump in the tank that you need, it's the carburetor. So the floats in the carburetor, whenever they get at an angle, it don't float right. So it don't keep the fuel level right in the bowls of your carburetor, so you're starving yourself for fuel.
Because you're like this on a hill. Yeah. I've done some sketchy stuff in a 4x4, and I'm really glad I lived to tell about it. Exactly, and you run out of fuel, yeah. Anson said, are you willing to give Dad that trailer yet? And Drew said, it's your fault he doesn't have it yet. Should have cut your hair. What's that all about?
Yeah, no kidding.
Hi, Miss Kitty. So anyway, yeah. Dang, we've been on here for almost 2 hours.
Yeah, I know it. What the
Holy
heck?
cow. We've been saying for an hour that we're going to get off here and haven't yet. That's that good.
Talking about trucks.
Yeah, that's why we've been on here so long.
Holly does make a truck Avenger carburetor that's made for that kind of stuff, but
See?
I've known a couple of people that have those. They are better, but they still don't solve the problem.
I sprayed power lines with 4-wheel drive tractor. Dang.
No, Ford Dude, not yet.
That's going to take a minute because he's got to do... Our friend Tony over at our cabin in the woods brought Wiley some cedar logs like a month ago, maybe more, that Wiley was supposed to mill up for him. And then part of the deal on the school bus was that we would mill up some wood for the decking on our friend's trailer. And so he's got to do those 2 jobs before we can start working on our
I've got to do Tony's, and then I got to do the one to pay for Emmy's bus,
Mm-hmm.
and then I get to work on my own stuff.
Wait, if it's my bus, can I kick Hunter out? He already stinks.
Anson said, ouch. He said, no one wants to see this face without a beard again. Ha ha.
Look, Mom, I'm even making
Oh,
your
he said, we'll be here
spicy
forever if you get me talking about trucks. Yep.
Yeah, of course. Now we're on my phone, or I'd show you guys a couple of pictures, but of the 4-wheel drives I've had. Yeah, and Emmy's truck. Yeah, you're right, James.
Drew said that no one rock crawled until 1988. Before that, you could only splash in puddles.
It's pretty much right.
Yeah.
and leave
Now you can like swim through puddles if you've got a snorkel,
Yeah.
and you can swim down the river in
Yep.
your car
Yep.
and go up any hill you want to go up, pretty much.
So I'll tell y'all a story. Uh-oh, what happened?
It froze for a second or reconnected. I don't know. I don't know what happened, but it reconnected. So. Oh.
Anyway, so we had Jerry's mud bogs out here north of Shawnee whenever, probably 10, 15 years ago, whenever I had my Jeep. So me and my boys, so Dayton and Garrett, and I think maybe Garrett's friend Marcus, I don't even remember now, but anyway, we all went out there to the mud bogs and was playing around one day in my Jeep. And so anybody, if you can imagine, a CJ5 is like the shortest wheelbase Jeep you can get. And it had 38 5s on it. So with those 38 5s, my tires could almost touch each other. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but, super short wheelbase. We went mudding. We mud all day long out there and had a blast. And we come back out, got on the little 2-lane blacktop road coming back home. We was running about 45 mile an hour, and the rear end locked up in that Jeep. And I mean locked up. And there wasn't nothing you couldn't. There was a tree, so we went, started fishtailing and went off into a big ravine. And the only thing that kept us from rolling that Jeep was whenever I was going sideways off into that ravine, I bumped up against a tree, or it would have flipped. Yeah.
Drew said his feet are frozen. If you've been outside for a while, I bet. Do you follow the Diesel Brothers, Wiley?
I watch them. Yeah. Yeah.
Bulldozer's
yeah.
a bad machine.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm just gonna stay inside, guys. So if I don't have to go outside, I am not going. A few years ago, I went to the place that Wiley's talking about, and it was like, I don't even know what to compare it to because I've never been to anything like that before. But I was like so embarrassed.
Oh no, that wasn't Jerry's.
Oh, that wasn't Jerry's.
No, that's
okay.
so
That's Sparks.
up in Sparks, Oklahoma. They have the biker rally, and
a mud bog.
then they have a mud bog in the middle of the year, and the biker rally. I can't remember if it's at the first of the year or the end of the year, whatever.
I don't know, but there were a whole lot of people walking around stark naked, and it made me very uncomfortable.
So up there at Sparks, Oklahoma, whenever we was up there mud bogging, they have this big stand out in the middle of the mud bog, and that's where they do all their announcing from and all that stuff. And we was out there one year, and that's the first time I'd ever been there. First time I'd ever been there. They got up on stage, and he was like, we need volunteers. We're going to have a foot race through the mud pit. We're going to have a foot race through the mud pit, and whoever wins like $100 or whatever. Well, it was the women stripped down naked and had a foot race through the mud pit.
That's just not my cup of tea, y'all. No judgment for anybody who likes those kind of parties, but that's not my kind of party. That makes me really uncomfortable. They had like a party bus, and there was like they had Mardi Gras beads, and people were telling me to take my shirt off, and I was telling them to take their beads and shove them up their rear end because I was not interested in taking my shirt off.
So, Regina Johnson, the one that does all my Title 42 paperwork and stuff, her brother is the one, Tony, her brother is the one that owned that up there.
Oh.
And, so I got invited to it every year, but the first year I decided to go, it blew my mind. Which, Tony is a big biker. So, I mean, it was all about the biker scene. And then whenever he decided to do the second thing, which was bring in the mud bogs, him being a biker guy,
Yeah.
all that stuff kind of overflowed into the 4-wheel drive stuff, and
that was the first time I'd ever seen a glory hole, and I was like, "What the heck?" You go into this room and there's nothing except holes in the center wall, and somebody had to explain it to me, and I bet that my face was so red when I figured out what it was. I had no idea. Anson said that the mudding and nakedness usually go together.
Well, yeah.
But yeah, it's because everybody's super drunk. I don't think you could get me drunk enough to get naked in front of a crowd of people.
It was fun, and there was one guy, so this guy, they call him Naked Mike, and that's, he lives on the property, and he's naked all the time.
Drew said this live stream really is
So he drives the water truck. So he's the one that goes around and, pumps water into the holes, and, he sprays water to keep the dust down if it's too dry, but his name's Naked Mike, and he just walks around naked all the time.
Yeah. James said, "Your face is getting red just talking about it." I know, I can feel it. I never grew up knowing anything like that. I grew up off grid in the middle of the woods, so I'm probably a lot more innocent than most people my age, and I just, yeah.
Well, actually, Nomadic Hooker, she's gone. She's not doing them anymore. Well, I hear that she's getting back into it now, but I found somebody else that does them now. So, yeah, I can hook you up, definitely. We can do court-ordered titles or Title 42s, whatever you need to do. But if you need to holler at me, and I'll hook you up for sure.
Anyway, we've been on here for 2 hours, and DD5 is almost about to go live, and he'll have lots of information about the meetup if you guys are interested in that. And Emily is probably going to screw up dinner before I get in there to help her. Yep. So I should probably go help her before she ruins all of our food. Huh, Emily?
Yep.
Well, I'll tell you, Drew, I seen you said something about going to Mardi Gras this year. I went down on Bourbon Street out of season, so there was still a lot of people walking around, but not anything like Mardi Gras or anything like that. But there was just tourists walking around. And I felt uncomfortable on Bourbon Street with not near that many people on the street. You walk, those streets are so narrow, and the porches of the buildings are built out to the curb, that it's just, I couldn't, you would be absolutely trapped if anything stupid ever happened in there, and I wouldn't go. There's no way I'd go down there during Mardi Gras.
The idea of being a sitting duck doesn't sit well with me.
Yeah.
So, and I'm not I like people for the most part. I don't like big crowds.
Yeah.
Especially when there's no way to escape.
We're going to have to get off here.
Yeah, we do, because I need to pee, and it's time to make dinner.
Yeah.
After I wash my hands, of course. Yeah, private parties and smaller groups, yeah.
Right.
My idea of a good party is a small group of people, sitting around a campfire, having dinner and some drinks or whatever, but anyway. Yep, alright. Hunter's making lots of noise. That's another sign to get off here.
Yeah.
But okay, we're actually gonna end this time. We love you guys. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Bye. How do I? Oh, there it is.